Hey, Roy, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can't hear you.
Okay, let's see. Oh, how about now?
Hey, hello, Roy.
Hey, how you doing, Rhea?
Hey, hanging in there, man. Hi, John. Man, this
Hey,
is so
Ray.
weird. This is the second Wednesday in a row.
Can't hear you, Ray.
Well, I'm hooked in.
Hang on, let's see.
You gotta unmute.
You shouldn't be
No,
muted.
I'm not muted. Here, maybe I'll turn up the volume a little. Does that help?
I can hear you.
I can see that you're talking, but I can't hear you.
I hear him.
You hear? Roy, you hear me okay?
Yes.
I can't hear you.
Well,
Ray, I can't hear you.
I don't know what to tell you. I could jump off and try to come back on, I guess.
Roy, it looks like your mic isn't working on my end. I can't see that you're. Try talking and let me see.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Oh no,
4.
it's working. I just can't hear you. I can see that you're talking, but I can't.
Okay,
hear you.
I'm gonna leave for just a second, and then I'll
Ray,
come back on.
I can't hear you, buddy.
I know. I'm talking to Roy. Maybe you can hear him. Relay.
He's gonna leave for a little bit. He's gonna relog on.
Ray. Oh, he dropped off. Okay.
I'm gonna test my speakers. Test. Speak and pause. Do you hear a replay? Okay, everything's good.
Can you hear me now, John?
I can.
Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on.
Hey, Gary.
I think it's on my end. Here we go.
Sorry, I couldn't find the link.
All right, I got you. Okay, Gary, I heard you. Roy, Ray, let's try that again. Maybe I got things set up now.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 11.
Got you, Ray. Roy,
Yeah, testing 1, 2, 3.
we're good. Okay.
Sound check, right?
Sound check, Gary.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't find the link. I've been searching for a half an hour. I
Oh,
lost it.
You mean you were looking for the missing link?
Yes, I was. And I never found him.
I
I
love
think
your,
it might be me.
I love your background. Well, that's cool.
Oh, I took a picture of that up in Mesa, Arizona. It was
Oh,
a
Oh, you
okay.
while.
actually, that's you, you took that picture, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, in 1990, I went to the DCI in Dallas, Texas, and then we went sightseeing around. I'm not sure where it was, but there was a scene that these horses remind me of as a full-size sculptures. And it was in the middle, like they created like a river rock stream, and the horses were running through it life size, you know, and
Oh, cool.
work of art. I don't know the name of the sculpture, but these wild Mustangs were just going down in a plaza area, and water under their hooves shooting up and stuff. Check it
Wow.
out sometime. Dallas.
That's cool. Well, I'm working on my grandson's in his office or in his home bedroom because I got technology problems of my own at home. So I'm on my laptop, so I don't know how all this is going to go down. So we'll see.
You look
Hey.
lovely from here.
Hey, Tom. Hey, there's
lo-
Paul. I can see.
Morning, Tom. Good morning.
Well,
Good
Ray
morning.
Foster, as I
Hey.
live and still breathe.
Oh, man. I tell you what, it was the strangest thing. This getting old stuff is sometimes bewildering to deal with because I texted John and said, are we still on at 7:30? This was at 7:40. I texted him and said, are we still on? Are there technical difficulties? And he said, no, we're going as usual on Wednesday, the 25th. And I went, yeah. And so then I looked, it had been Wednesday all day long for me yesterday. So
I said, yeah, Ray, tomorrow night, Ray.
yeah, tomorrow night. Okay, I'll try again tomorrow. Bye. Hey, Paul, your microphone's off.
Oh, you're muted. Yeah, Paul.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there
go.
you go. Ray, you said you have to leave early tonight. Is that right?
Well, I don't know what early means. No, I don't really think so.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to stay on for 2 hours, but
Oh, well, we've definitely got to end before 2 hours.
uh,
Well, we'll see. Who else we can find tonight? We'll see. Who
Hey,
else?
I've got a photograph to show you guys.
Oh, yeah. Who's that? on the
John
board?
Dye and I,
Oh,
and we're at the Shriners Hall after the Fiesta Parade in San Antonio.
oh man. What year was that?
It was probably 73.
okay,
Wow.
I was gone in 72, so I didn't know anything about that. But
Yeah, Jim Moore was the leader of the Shriners Drum and Bugle Corps, and they invited the whole corps over there for beers and food after the parade.
well, that sounds a lot like that California gig where we had beer all night long.
Which one?
John's favorite
Yeah,
memory.
which California? I mean, shoot, you guys hit every city practically.
That
Well,
sounds.
it could have been either Newport or it could have been Redwood.
That sounds like
Arthur Hiller lived.
Stockton in '69. That was my first.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, that's right. We stayed at a Pepperdine or someplace, I think.
Pepperdine for La Palma Stadium.
It
Was the show the Anaheim show?
Yeah.
Anaheim, yeah. Where did you guys stay in '69?
It was
You guys
college.
did the California State exhibition, I believe, and it was like an October. Our season in California ended like in October, middle of October, in Santa Clara, and I got some pictures of you guys in the parade. the next day, the Parade of Champions.
Well, we've
And,
been, we stayed out at Santa Clara Naval Air Station once.
Oh, okay.
Well,
And,
we stayed in I think it was the University of Pacific dorms.
Well,
Yeah, and we've been there too.
yeah, Stockton. In fact, that what do you say? So not sorority, for fraternity house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about 3 blocks from me. And
Okay.
every time I go by, I always tell my grandkids, see that place right there? Papa stayed up all night with these Air Force guys.
Yeah.
And he's
plus
still
time
paying
at
the price.
Yeah, plus time at the pool at the Holiday Inn.
Oh, yeah, that was the year before.
Hey,
Oh,
So I
my
Spike,
can't
God.
remember any of that.
Spike, your mic is muted. It has that slash through it down at the bottom left on your screen. Just click on that and it'll activate you. Because we don't want to go all this time without hearing your lovely voice.
Dulcet tones.
Al got a chuckle out of that one.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Al.
Hey Ray. Hey John,
Hey.
and you were right. We stayed at the University of the Pacific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just remember that because that was the
That was our first show.
first trip that I took, and unfortunately, I got so badly inebriated that I threw up in Jack Mouse's shoes that morning. I don't know if you remember that.
John, we would not ever do something like that.
No. You just imagined all that. You were so inebriated that you don't remember clearly.
I was a teetotaler after that.
Oh, my God.
Took the pledge, huh?
That's why they called us the Drunken Stumble Court.
That's right. Drunken stumble.
Hey,
Court.
Paul.
That's right.
I'm
You
not
remember that time we were down in Las Vegas and of course they would put us
Hotel.
they'd put us on the week, put us up on the weekend for a Sunday retirement ceremony and would put us up downtown. Oh my God. Whoa.
The
That
Golden
was-
Nugget.
Yeah, the Golden Nugget. Yeah, that's right. And I don't remember who it was, but somebody out there at the retirement ceremony out there on the field at Nellis, he just passed out. I mean, the heat and standing.
So that was the time that Gil McDonald, wasn't it? One of the times he was feeding a slot machine right there in the airport or something. And
Yeah.
he walked away
Like
because he ran out of coins. And then somebody went in and hit the jackpot. And he was so mad because he'd been feeding it for a long time.
Yeah.
No one wins money off of Royals Casino Royale.
Yeah.
I got a couple more too. They just line up the room.
Spike, you're still muted, buddy. It looks like your mic is muted right now.
Yeah.
Everybody else looks pretty good so far.
Oh, thank you.
John's here. I need to show that photograph.
I was
You need glasses, John.
Hey, John Dye, look at that picture of you.
Hello, John.
Look at that.
Hello, Roy. Hello, Ray.
Can you see
John.
the picture, John and Paul?
I hear
Can you see Paul?
Al, but I don't see him.
Oh, I'm hiding if I can, John.
Yeah.
Hello, Al. Good to see you.
How you doing, John?
Good.
John
Say hi to
Dye,
Cindy for me.
John, can you see the picture that Paul Olivier is holding up for you?
No, I can see you.
Oh, okay. You need to. Is Cindy there still?
Yes.
Have
Here
her-
she comes.
Hey,
Come to the
Cindy.
rescue.
Cindy, can you set him up on the gallery view so he could see
Yeah.
everybody?
There we go. I got everybody now.
No, now we got.
Oh,
Spike.
yes, I see the picture. Is
See
that me?
picture? Yeah.
I'll be darned.
Yeah.
Good looking dude, huh?
Very,
Spike and Paul and John.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Ben.
Hey,
Ken,
Guza,
Ben.
Paul Mayer. Hi, Paul.
Hey,
Spike,
guys.
you're with us. You
Hello.
joined.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Now we
Yeah, we
can.
can
Yeah.
now.
Praise the Lord.
Good.
Okay, now you can mute it.
Dick, you're
Okay.
muted. In case you wanted to know. There you
Okay. All right, off we go.
All right, Ben, are you there with us? Ben Cotarelli. I can't see. There he is.
There he
There he
is.
Okay. Yay.
Hey, Ben. Hey, Gary.
All right. So, well, I don't know who else is gonna, try and venture in. So we'll kind of just get started here tonight. And first of all, happy summer to everybody. Can you believe it's in our rear view mirror already? It's hard to believe.
Yeah.
Well, it can't go fast enough for me. It just got down below 100 degrees just a little while ago. So
No.
I don't do that anymore. I'm too old for that.
Well, Gary, aren't you in Arizona?
I am in Arizona.
So you've had some pretty triple degree temperatures all summer.
Yeah, it was 105 again today.
Yeah.
There
Yeah,
you go.
Kingman was
And-
only
and-
101, so we were a lot cooler than Gary was.
Yeah. It was humid.
Been high.
here.
It's been high 90s in Colorado.
All right.
Wow.
Low 90s, I should say.
Well, you guys, just so you know it, I'm no longer on the West Coast. I've moved inland, so I'm now in Salt Lake City. So kind of.
My son's hoping to get stationed up there at Hill.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's working on a job, hoping to get a job with Northrop. And
Was he a major, isn't he, in the Army?
yeah,
Yeah.
he's got 23 years in right now. But
I
he's-
just, as a point of interest, I grew up just south of Hill Air Force Base. That's where I,
Oh,
yeah.
we did a gig out there once, didn't we? I remember the
Ogden.
Wasatch Mountains.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
beautiful.
Oh, remember that was a rodeo ground. Remember that?
Yeah, hot day.
Do you remember out of the crowd in that rodeo, there was a little baby chimpanzee that came running out there. It crawled up in my arms.
Said, Daddy.
That's not my baby. That's not my baby.
No, it's not mine. DNA test.
Oh, man, I just remember marching around in that, 2 to 3 inch deep, dusty mess, ruining the bottom of my uniform. I just remember that was a mess.
Oh, yeah, that was nasty.
Yeah.
Well, that was my first exposure to ABC stores. I didn't know what that meant. I thought it was grade school building blocks or something, but the liquor stores, they're state owned or something. And I go, oh, there was one.
When was that? About 1970?
Yeah, sure.
Probably 70,
Before that.
71, yeah.
Yeah.
It was before that.
We went to Hill quite a few times, but
Yeah.
in
I was only
Ogden.
there once, I think. So it might have been like 69.
Yeah.
Tom Wells, before we get started, did you have any stuff, Tom, you wanted to bring up about any of the back office stuff for our group?
I think everybody knows I sent out, if you didn't get it, I did send out an email, actually a forward from Mike Ruggiano and with the articles about the Marching Pageantry Arts Museum. And then that's about it. I've been tied up myself with some work stuff, so, and marching band and things like that. So I'll just say that I've been remiss in catching up on the list of the lost and the list of the missing. I've been making notes. I just haven't put it in some format to send it out to you guys as an update. So sorry about that, but I'll get to it. Al Ruat, I did see your note and I did send out my address. If
Yes, you
didn't-
did. Thanks, Tom. I appreciate that.
So,
Well, John Ganguza is one of those that, our efforts were fruitful in tracking down. So let's target some other guys. Let's see. Who
It
else?
only took 30 years to find John. That one was easy.
Well, the other day I was listening to that fanfare for the new recording, and it just hurt. It hurt inside just to listen to it. I remember playing that, and I thought, my God, no wonder I had so many root canals up here.
Yeah. Now you just get implants and be done with it. Yeah.
Hey, how many of you guys, just out of curiosity, you just raise your hand or whatever, but how many of you guys are still like working, with drum corps, DCI, stuff like that all summer? Tom, nobody else, huh? Oh, Ben, did I see your hand up, Ben? No? So there's few of us that are really still engaged, huh? Yeah. That's interesting.
What we remember it.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I've had so many issues with this tonight.
Oh,
There's Bob.
There's our
Hey,
ancient
guys.
friend, Bob. Thanks for joining us, buddy.
Thank you. Almost forgot.
Hey, Bob.
I'm good.
How many guys are still playing?
No.
Playing badly.
Trying. Yeah, trying.
Oh, that's
I'm not playing in corps, but I'm playing in the, we've got an 85-piece community band volunteer. And we just
Okay.
cranked up our big band jazz group on Monday night. Again, hopefully we can continue on unless all this variant takes hold, but
Yeah.
that's good. That's about 50%. They're still playing. That's pretty good.
Well, I know Paul's still playing with the Magnificent Brass. There's a bunch of old drum corps guys, but
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We play at nursing room centers and hospitals and laundromat openings and cake sales and pat cremations and all that other stuff. Yeah. Anything that you need a band for, we'll go play. Generally, we play for pizza and beer.
laundromat. I wish I could be there for the laundromat.
Oh, yeah, it was great. We did a driveway sealing last week. It was really, really fun.
What color are your shoes now?
Parking lot dedication.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, we did. I did a couple of those parking lot dedications. It was
New
a lot of
curb
good
and gutter,
cars.
maybe. Yeah.
I have to ask because I can't remember last time we ended our meeting. Out of this group, was there anybody that had volunteered to spend some time with us tonight, kind of going over some of their life after the Corps with some pictures or just talking about it? Paul Mayer, did I pick on you for that?
Yeah, I was going to try to do it. I didn't get a chance. I've been pretty busy with work since we last met. So I'll try again for next time.
Wait, you're working? I thought you were retired. What kind of work you doing? Tell us.
No, I run a human resources consulting firm. We do a lot of training programs and we help people that are in job transition, losing their job because of cutbacks or reductions in force or companies moving and that sort of thing. So
you might confirm or deny this from your experience, but I read somewhere that because of all the Zoom challenges over the last year and a half, people working remote and stuff, there's a lot of people that are just walking away from their jobs. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, and a lot of them are keeping their jobs, but they're working now. They don't go to the office. Their office is their home. They just are staying there.
Yeah.
Well,
it's like for me, I do consulting, and it's like right now I'm under a contract with the Virginia Department of Emergency Management. Back in the day, I'd have been gone, month in and month out, and now it's like, my office is right here behind me in the basement. So I do 90% of my work from here now, where I was teaching all around the country. But anyway, so yeah.
Yeah, I think we've lived through seeing some major changes in our society, in workforce and everything. Amazing.
Everywhere I go here, there's signs up, help wanted, help wanted. And half the restaurants in town only open at 4 o'clock and they're only open 4 or 5 days a week. Nobody wants to work.
It's interesting you should say that, Bob. I was talking to a couple of folks that have places near here and up in Emmitsburg, also Emmitsburg, Maryland. And the questions for them wasn't so much wait staff. They can find, they can find people, hustle the plates. They're having a hard time finding people that could cook and do the chef work and the prep work. So, across the board, you're right. It's been tough.
Yeah, the other part about that is there's another part where the people that are working are really not working that well. And the companies are just hanging on and keeping them because they need somebody. If they let them go, they'd have nobody. So the quality of work that we're seeing is getting pretty diminished.
Mike just snuck in the back door.
Hey,
guys.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
I sent everybody an email. And I couldn't find the Zoom link. I see you all responded to it. I appreciate it.
So you can join several times, Mike.
That's okay.
We got Morvik is joining us as soon as audio connects.
You didn't tell me.
I was going to say one thing on that employment thing, Paul, that you're talking about, or the whole workforce. I have two of my boys that are involved in industrial sales, and the supply chain out there is just totally broken. I mean, they can't even get supplies for their contractors and stuff at all. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Hello, gentlemen. How are you?
Welcome, Bob. Glad you
Bob.
got Bud.
Big Bob.
What are those VCR tapes behind you, Bob?
Boys, what's that?
Are those
Hey, big brother.
VCR tapes you got behind you there? Those look like ancient VCR tapes. What are those?
No, those are how to make $1 million.
Oh, okay. All right.
You haven't
Which I
read
haven't
them
read yet.
All right.
Hey, Gary, where'd your horses go?
What's that?
Where'd your horses go?
I lost them.
South.
They left.
They're in the barn.
Oh, Robert, yeah. Hey, there he
It was
is.
feeding time.
All right. So
The horses, Gary's horses went to the neighbor's house.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Guys, I'll be leaving now.
That was bad, Ray.
I know. I do my best.
We need
So, Johnny, how is Utah?
Hey, it's not bad, really. The mountains, I forgot how bad I miss being right next to the base of the mountains out here. And I would say the skies are a lot clearer, but you guys have probably seen it too. Smoke from California and Oregon.
Yeah.
It's
You can see it in
terrible.
Chicago.
Yeah, really?
In Chicago.
Yeah.
Boy.
But there's a sense of fall in the air, and everybody out here, because they're having such a bad drought, is really hoping it's going to be a really, power-packed winter so they can catch up. The reservoirs are really down a lot, and I don't know if you guys have seen pictures of like Lake Powell,
Oh, yeah.
stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
terrible.
No, I
That's sad. That's really, dangerous.
Yeah, no, it's terrible.
I read where a lot of farmers out there are destroying their crops rather than buying water,
Wow.
Almonds,
Yeah.
the almond crop is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here in the Central Valley, the almond farmers, they had a lot of water for years because there's all those irrigation ditches that go everywhere. And up at the main source, that's it. I guess it takes a lot of water to make almond milk, which is, I don't even know who invented that, but yeah, the water is it's not. See, now in Stockton, we get water from the Delta comes in. We just got to worry about the salt water coming in, but we got so much water coming in, and we get it right where it comes into Stockton off the Maloney's and all that, and then. So we're okay as far as water, but the farmers, they're the ones. Yeah, it's dry.
Well,
Mount Shasta,
we're all
who's from
gonna suffer.
Washington? Someone
We'll all
told me
suffer
Mount
from that.
Shasta, there's no snow up there. First
Wow.
time.
Huh.
Well,
Is desalination the answer in the future?
it's too expensive.
If they get the cost down, it'd be great, but it's
Yeah,
still
yeah.
expensive.
Well, it's upfront cost though. I mean, you amortize it over the next 20, 30 years and
You gotta do it. You gotta do it.
Why
pay me
not?
now or
Everything,
pay me later.
why not? Everything else is being advertised over the next 40.
Well, just recently, the Colorado River was so low, and the Colorado River supports Arizona, Nevada, and California, and they've started doing a lot of cutbacks because Lake Mead is way down behind the Hoover Dam.
Yeah, and they had to,
But
they had
it's
to
like
turn
an
off the
8 or
turbines.
9 year drought. So it's, even though this year it's gotten better, you're not gonna, fix an 8 or 9 year drought in 1 year. So
Right.
But you
we gotta
guys on
just
the
keep
East
hoping.
Coast don't feel that, do you? The drought?
Well, they're all
had-
coming to Florida to use up our water and everything else down here.
Yeah, we've had flooding rains the last couple of months, last couple of weeks anyway, 5 inches in 1 day.
We did transfer some of that water from Tennessee over there. West. They got dumped on.
Well, it's like
We
every
just had
year.
a-
I mean, the look at the fires in the Pacific Northwest and California and everything, and yet Tennessee, the Southeast, with this Henri coming in and hitting the East Coast and everything. I mean, everybody's got too much water, and the West Coast doesn't have enough. So,
And
Isn't there a hurricane coming up from the south now? Coming right up.
no,
through
there's
Texas?
nothing coming up at all. That's the
Right
problem.
now, they're talking about it, someplace between Brownsville and New Orleans, and Houston's right in the middle, and sometime Monday.
Oh, that's great. That's my daughter and one of my granddaughters are living in Houston. Matter of fact, my other granddaughter will be down there in a week, I guess.
So,
From
John,
Baltimore, moving from Baltimore down there.
Ganguza, are you in Houston then?
Right outside of Houston, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Missouri City.
Oh, I thought you were back east. Okay.
I
thought you were in Eagles Claw, Idaho or something like that.
I was in Eagle, Idaho. Loved it there. But then grandkids came along, and 7 of them down here, 2 of them with COVID now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Don Ganguza, did you say you're in League City? Is that what you said? I couldn't.
No, Missouri City.
Oh, okay, Missouri City. Yeah, my son was, he was hoping to get on with NASA and was going to go down there, but he didn't have engineer on his resume, so you know how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guys, this is a good number of people to have. I'm just gonna venture out here before I forget and ask Paul if sometime in the future, could you sometime take a little bit of time with us and share your story about, because I saw a little something on Facebook about the person or family that you were with on that tragic air flight, and maybe some of the guys don't even know about that, but maybe sometime you could fill us in on kind of what happened and kind of how that affected your whole life.
I'd be happy to do that. I travel around and speak an awful lot about the crash and what happened that day. And over the years, I've gotten to know the entire crew, and we get together every few years. And but I'd be happy to do that.
Well, I'd appreciate that. If you maybe, if not next month, sometime when you're comfortable, let me know, or Tom, and or just say, hey, I'm ready to talk about it tonight. I didn't want to put you on the spot tonight, but
well,
yeah.
I have photographs and things of that type, and I would prefer getting some of those things together so that can tell the story a little better.
What flight was that, Paul?
That was July 19th, 1989.
Wow.
Yeah, if you need help, like, you could send me the pictures, you could put them in a PowerPoint, or I can let you share the screen during that meeting, and you could share that with us if you want.
I'd be more than happy to do that.
I appreciate that.
Great.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Paul.
that.
Hey, Paul and
and-
Sal, if you need some help too, let me know.
Okay, I've got a video also, but I don't know how to get that out there for you guys. A year after the crash, they did a special on ABC Nightline, and I was one of the people that they interviewed. And they followed me around for a day in Sioux City, that anniversary. And somehow I've got it on CD, and I use it when I do presentations out in the field, but I have no idea how to get it out there to you guys.
Is it
what flight was that? What are you talking about?
United Flight 232 that went down in Sioux City, Iowa.
In the cornfield, like he landed it, didn't he?
Yeah, he landed it, but as we were landing, the left wingtip caught.
Yeah.
And it started tumbling, and it broke apart into 3 places.
That was a DC-10, right, Paul?
Yeah, it was a DC-10.
You were on that plane?
Yep, I sure was. And I spent just a little over a month in the hospital in Sioux City before they flew me back to Colorado Springs.
Oh my God.
Wow.
And
Paul, that jeepers.
Yeah, I was pretty banged up. I had burns and collapsed lung and broken ribs and broken knee, broken foot, broken collarbone.
Wow.
Just about everything was broken.
I just pulled it up on the internet. It's bad news. Good God.
When we do that, let's let people know in advance. Maybe we can get more guys to, want to join us that night, because we'll give them an advance notice. How about that?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
On the internet, it's showing up 232 exploding.
I'll send you some photographs and stuff. And
okay.
The other thing, after the crash, Life magazine came through the hospital, and I ended up on the front page of Life magazine. And I was also covered in the story as well.
Wow.
No kidding. Oh, Paul, good for you.
Yeah, we'll look forward to having you share that with us, and that maybe we can become a little more familiar with it even beforehand, so thank you. Appreciate that.
Hey, you guys remember the flight, Air Florida Flight 90 out of DC going to Fort Lauderdale?
Yeah.
Crashed in the Potomac.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That was the first time in about 12 weeks that I didn't make that plane. I'd been on that plane like religiously for weeks and weeks.
That was like in the middle of the winter, and the water was like frozen.
Oh yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
Didn't it hit the bridge or something?
It did.
They couldn't. I don't think they. Yeah, they did hit the bridge, but that wasn't it. The de-icer failed.
Right.
It took off, and couldn't get lift. It just went down.
Wow.
Hey,
Somebody
Paul
was watching
Olivier.
out for you, Spike.
Paul Olivier.
Yes.
Didn't Captain Haynes pass away fairly recently?
Yes, he sure did. In this month, it'll make 2 years.
Okay.
His memorial service was outside of Seattle, and United flew the families and the survivors free of charge to Seattle round trip to attend his memorial service. It was quite a thing.
Wow.
And Scully, The pilot
Oh,
that
yeah.
landed the American jet in the Hudson River
Yeah.
also spoke at the memorial service because the two of them had become really close friends.
Did
Wow.
you dare,
Wow.
Paul, did you dare watch that movie with Tom Hanks about Scully's flight?
Yes, I did.
Did you?
And I also watched the movie about Flight 232.
Mhm.
It probably came out about 3 years after the crash.
Wow. All right. Spike, I have to ask you, buddy, what are all the awards you have behind you? What kind of business have you been in all these decades?
Well, those are not mine. I'm just in a place I'm visiting tonight.
I was going to say, he probably printed them all up himself.
It looks real official.
I'm glad you guys
The
were
parole
impressed.
officers home.
You guys are mean. You guys are mean, man. You guys are ruthless.
Yeah, but Gary's horses are back. That's wonderful.
Oh, there they are.
They're grazing.
All right.
Spike,
Hey,
can you
man.
read those? Can you read those awards there, Spike? What do they say?
I'm in a doctor's place. Those are medical, his degrees and stuff.
so
No, the
Dr.
question,
Ruggles.
can you read them, Spike? That's the real question.
Nice
Without
question,
moving your
Paul.
lips.
Nice question.
Without moving your lips, yeah.
Oh, I've missed you so much.
Spike, do you feel like a doctor in that office? I mean, if I was there now, would you check me for a hernia?
He'd probably give you a
I'll take
rotor
care of
rooter.
you, Mike.
Are you studying to be a proctologist still, Spike? Is that what's going on?
He's just following his dream, I know.
Do you have warm hands and fingers?
Yeah, small hands and fingers.
I thought I read he was a pornography director up there.
Oh, man. So, hey, how many of you guys got a chance to see the email that Mike Embry sent out with those drummers from the United Kingdom? Man,
Yeah.
Top Secret
cool.
and the Royal Marine Band.
yeah. Wow.
Top secrets, absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Our drummers could have played fife like that.
No,
And-
Bob Zarfos,
Yeah.
Bob Zarfos, would you take 10 seconds and tell them about our colleague John Bosworth's involvement with Top Secret?
yeah, he taught them, didn't he?
Yeah,
He
John was the
started
first
it, I
guy
think.
when Top Secret went from being like 5 guys to having the 10 or 12 snares and everything. John was over there for like 3 years. So a
Wow.
lot of the routines, and I think I put this in an email somewhere, that you see there are traceable back to John's creativity. So yeah, he taught them for several years. And so that's really kind of neat. And then about 6 years ago at an Air Force reunion, Top Secret was playing in Norfolk, Virginia for the International Tattoo.
Oh,
And
Yeah,
I guess
I
5
saw
of the
that.
Air Force guys went and drummed with them out before the venue, not during their show, but outside, which was kind of
Yeah.
cool.
Wow.
Wow.
I can't remember, but did when we were there, I mean, when I was 69 to 73, Bob Morvek and did you guys do backsticking solos?
yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah. We did a lot of that. Clicking the sticks and back sticking and twirling and doing all kinds of stuff.
Were you supposed to do that?
I'm sorry?
It said
Was that
at will.
Was that
Well, yeah, but those, if you get on YouTube and see some of these British brass bands, that is some serious playing going on.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
they are amazing.
I've been over there several times to see those bands. They're just incredible. They do things that just aren't supposed to be done.
Right.
So
Yeah.
from a
Well,
musical standpoint, their instrumentation is different than a brass band here, right? Because they're playing cornets and
Yeah.
Yeah, they're playing cornets and what they call
euphoniums and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's the old Shepherd cornet too. It's the one.
Parts,
You know.
yeah. Well,
Have any of you guys seen the Marine Drum and Bugle Corps online?
Yeah.
yeah.
Not recently. They doing something different now?
They're huge now.
Yeah, I did notice that. What's up with that? We got screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we did.
I think I counted somewhere between 80 and 89 members of the Marine Drum and Bugle Corps.
Yeah.
And
Santa Clara.
We really didn't need more than what we had. We were so good as
That's
we
right.
were. We really didn't need any more.
Yeah.
Every Thursday night, online on their Facebook page, they do the parade at the Marine Barracks in Washington, D.C., at least during the summer.
Huh. Well, did our group ever, I don't remember that we were participated in it, and maybe Bob Zarfos was going back to the DC Corps and stuff, but did they ever do tattoos that participated in?
So let me tell you where that concept came from. In 55, 56, 57, and 58, we went to Europe, and the British bands were doing those tattoos. Yeah. And when Truman Crawford came back, he started to incorporate a little of that into the DC Corps. And then after he got out and was discharged and came back with the Marines, that's when he took a whole lot of those ideas and he put them over to 8th and I, and that's where that show came from. So that has fingerprints all over it.
Huh.
I just pulled up the Marine Drum and Bugle Corps, and they've got albums, for God's sakes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They wouldn't let us do any albums.
No. No, they've got albums, and somehow you can get on their list, and they'll send them to you. I've never been.
Well, I see $32, $19.99, $18. The hell?
Oh, they're selling them. They're selling them.
They're selling them, yeah.
No, I didn't think government-wise they're supposed to be able to sell those things.
Yeah, I didn't think so either.
Are you sure you're not looking at Bobby Perro's website?
No,
I'm sure it came out from the
commandant's
recorders.
That's President Biden's new finance program.
Yeah.
$3 trillion.
Hey guys, I got something here. I was cleaning out a bunch of folders with a bunch of riffraff and stuff from 100 years ago. And I came across, you know, those Social Security statements they used to send out, show your yearly earnings.
Yeah. Your number.
Yeah.
Well, in 1968, when I came into the Corps, now granted, this was only for a half a year, but I made $1,884 a year.
Hey, good for you.
69, I bumped it up to 2,400. 1970, we keep going up, 3,600. Of course, it's nice having those in-squadron promotions, isn't it?
You were knocking them dead.
In 71, I was 44.75.
Wow.
And I got out and I went to $1,946 when I started working with my dad in the music store in Garden City.
I've seen some announcements where the DC band has openings, and they're saying that you can average about $76,000 a year if you're a member of the DC Air Force Band.
Wow.
Wow.
That would be about right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think what I have heard, this could be wrong, but I've heard they bring them in. First of all, they want you to have a degree minimum, master's music. And you come in at about a tech sergeant level after a blind audition.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty rigorous deal.
Hey, we have Doug Lent visiting us from someplace in outer space. Doug, welcome.
I had to go to a committee meeting and I just got home.
Doug Lent, you missed all the talk about the drum lines and stuff. You know, backsticking. We were giving you guys a bunch of due respect.
That's right. All the respect you deserved. Yes.
Didn't last long.
No, it's very short.
The drumline did that in Scranton, Pennsylvania, when we got together for the reunion.
Yeah, we did pretty good. We really did good. Very proud of the guys.
You know, in drum and bugle corps, drums come first.
I
Jesus.
think we were stuck.
Well, I'm not going to touch that line. I'm going to leave that.
Hey.
So let me up the ante on that one. They don't call it Drum and Bugle Corps International. It's Drum Corps International.
No, it's Beat and Blow Band.
That's right. The Drunken Stumble Band.
Yeah. We've done that a few times too. So,
hey, talking about DC area, well, a friend of mine sent me a recording of the Airman a Note with Steinmeier and all those guys. Oh my God. And they have an album. They have several albums out.
Yeah.
It's really amazing.
There's a kid from here that I played with in a brass band that just went up to DC. He went up there. He's been up there about 2 years now.
I went to Langley once to audition out there, and I don't know why I was going out there. I think it was somebody from the band or something had gone out there and been accepted in. But anyway, I went out to Langley to audition, and I don't remember why or how, or I do remember I pulled an AWOL because I was taking a medevac flight to what's that place in St. Louis or somewhere around there, and they had engine
base in Illinois.
Yeah, and they wouldn't, and their engine they couldn't get going to get me back in time, so I was a day late getting back, and I was lucky to get off, I guess, with an Article 15. That and my not missing my dentist appointment, I got another Article 15.
Thurston only gave me 2, so you're ahead of the game, right?
Speed of the DC
So
band.
how many did you have in your career?
Those
Just two when I was in the Corps.
I had 2.
Yeah, I had my 2 when first one was Tacking on Stripes.
Yeah,
and then the second one we were in Kansas and probably had a little too much of that liquid refreshment stuff. And
was that a great band at the Argonne show?
I think it might have been. And I remember Putman did something and hit me or threw something at me, ran across the hall into his room, and I went right and slammed the door, and I went right through the door and took the door down and everything else. And my second Article 15 was willful destruction of government property. And good old Colonel Thurston, Lieutenant Colonel Thurston. Well, I don't know if he was Lieutenant Colonel or
major.
major.
Yeah.
But that was my 2. But and Ray, just to follow up on your Social Security thing, I stayed in the Air Force after, because of course I had re-enlisted in '73, and when the Corps broke up, the human resources people said, well, we still own your butt for 3 years, so you're not going home. You're going to do what we want you to. But I ended up staying in, spent 22 years of active duty and then 10 more years of reserves. But I was in 18 years as a master sergeant before my taxable income was $20,000 a year. So that showed what the pay grades were when we were all in.
Yeah.
Al, didn't you have an option of getting out when they disbanded the Corps?
No, because I had re-enlisted, and as they said, we still own your ass for 3 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, but they said we had this new thing called computers, and I thought air-conditioned building, yeah, I could probably force myself to do that. And then I was in California and doing satellite command and control and loved it. Figured I'd stay 8, and then I was overseas in England, and we were going, well, we would go up to the Edinburgh tattoo. We traveled all over Europe, all that stuff. And I thought, well, why not stay 12? And of course, if you're going to stay 12, you're going to stay 20.
Yeah, got to go the whole way.
No,
Hey,
so
Al, if it's any consolation, I think I should have gotten an Article 15 when Jack Mouse locked me out of the dorm room, and I was in naked with a towel around myself in the chow hall looking for Jack Mouse.
That was the funniest thing.
And I kicked the door. You know, those were heavy doors. Remember?
They were, yeah.
They were about that thick.
Well, and in Kansas, when we were staying in some old barracks thing, I mean, the doors were, you know, like plywood. And I think that's when we also had Lieutenant Bankhead was one of the first trips he was on with us. And we short sheeted his bed and put, you know, like steel wool and all this other crap in his bed and everything.
I remember that. I remember that. Yeah.
Wasn't that one of the C-119 trips? Or was it in the?
It could have been, John. I honestly
No, the
don't
Great
remember.
Bend. You talk
I
about
don't
the
remember what I
Great
had for
Bend
breakfast. So
you talk about Great Bend, right?
Those are my favorite trips on the 119.
Well, that was a bus. That was a bus ride.
Oh,
I thought we flew to Kansas City one time in a C-119. I thought it took us like 8 hours to get there, but I thought it was back real early in my career, which was when Bankhead was there.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking that it might have been. Then we used to also go to Kansas City to an Air Force base on the two
Dickie Goober
two engine prop jobs that had all the navigation equipment in them for the cadets.
Oh yeah.
B-29s?
141.
Yeah, 29s, I think.
Yeah. You guys remember the C-119 trips to California?
I love that C-119 where they hand you the parachute.
Yeah.
And
it ain't gonna open.
And the crew chief would sit there and he'd say, he wouldn't say when, if something happens, he'd say when something happens.
Yeah, yeah.
And that makes you feel so good.
First one out.
Don't go out the front door.
Right over the snow-capped mountains. That was good.
Right.
Yeah.
So I've got a Bankhead comment. I may have said this previously, but since his name came up again, he was our second lieutenant officer in charge.
Barry Goldbar.
And you should all know he ended up being the commander of the United States Air Force Band.
Yeah,
he did move himself up.
Did he move up? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it was funny because he had no idea what we were all about, or I mean, we were a bunch of crazy kids, and but he ended up fitting in pretty well. So
yeah, he ended up pretty cool guy.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I got some updated because I like to share with you what social media is doing. So I'm just gonna, before we end here, I'm gonna share my screen.
Got the wristwatch?
Oh yeah, Bob's got that fancy new wristwatch. Do you want to tell us about your watch, Bob?
Yeah, I like that. I don't know who sent me. That's pretty
I did. Yeah, I sent that for you.
I know you did, John.
All right, where are we here? Okay, let's see. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
BYU.
There it is. Yeah, I've got enough of that. Okay. Here.
BYU basketball, I think.
Here we go.
Football. Okay.
So these are some slides that some of the guys have been putting up and so forth. So let's see. I like this. I thought I'd share it with you. It says music isn't like sports or modeling. It's not something that if you don't reach your goals by age 25, you're finished. Your playing will only get better as you grow older and wiser. Your best music days are ahead of you. So there you go, guys. Don't quit. Don't give up. Bob Zarfos. He said here he received a letter from Greg Likens. Did you guys all see this?
Yes.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. Bob, tell us about that letter you got back from.
Well, let me see which one this is. Was Greg out at the academy, guys?
Yeah.
For a while. Yeah.
Just at the end.
He was in the
He's the one that started the cadet corps.
Yeah, okay. And then he went out there and then he ended up at Lackland, right? And
He did Lackland first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number of
He came
years.
from Lackland, took Wolf's place,
Right.
well, and Bill's place and Webster or Brewster's place.
Brewster, here
He
he
we had-
replaced Brewster.
Wolf and Brewster, and then Likens, and then Bill Stokes.
Yeah.
He said he's on this letter, Bob Zarfos. He says, by the way, I'll be the guest of honor for the 50th year celebration of the Academy Cadet Corps in September. Thank God I won't be flying in a 119. Being the first director was an honor, and more so that they remembered me. Keep up the good work, and you and Pat stay healthy. Best, Salt. I guess that.
Well, yeah, well, in the Air Force Corps, everybody had a nickname, and he was Salt.
Well, that's hard to believe. It's been 50 years. Holy cow. Wow.
Well, he along with, I think it was Rod Stewart, Ken Tyler, and McCurdy, basically started the Cadet Corps, and that's what got rid of us.
Yeah, that's true.
Wasn't Bill Smith? What year was it you guys were gone, Al?
Is Paul still on? Paul, tell us about this. Your son or daughter?
That's Andy.
That's our son, Andy, and our daughter, Sarah. She just moved to Arlington, Virginia, and my wife, Barbara. And that was me. I was working that night as a waiter.
Yeah.
Back in the Zyder Z days.
I was gonna say, so Zyder Z on the arm there.
So are you one of those people that, like, wasn't qualified for the job or what?
Yeah, no, they just let me park cars, but it was a pretty ritzy place where we were.
Yeah, obviously.
Oh, Paul, here's Joe Arioso.
Joey.
Oh, little Joe.
I think he's been on a couple of times with us, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been on at least once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been on a couple of times.
Here's Michael Embry. He posted this. This is his backyard. I don't know if you guys saw this. He's got a little monument in his backyard to.
That's something else.
There you go.
Not a surprise.
Is that a monument to
Oh,
himself?
this came up. Did you guys see this?
No.
This came up on social media as somebody posted it, but this is our Keith Markey is he's in the Calverton National Cemetery in New York is where he was buried.
But he was.
You want to know something about that that's just so sad. It's just hard to tell. Gil and I were there when he was put in. Gil McDonald and I.
Oh.
Ersbrook and Bob Gaff were they got lost in the procession to get up there, but it was only Gil and I that were there, and it that's a huge national cemetery, and it's just an assembly line production. But the ceremony for Keith was just it was. It's just A follows B, D, just so forth.
Yeah.
And Gail and I are sitting there, and then a kid came out with a horn that had a recording of taps in it and stood.
Oh, geez.
Gail and I looked at each other like, he just cannot believe this.
Hey, but Keith was he got promoted to tech sergeant when I guess I was there. He was a tech sergeant.
He was a tech when he got out.
They got him as staff sergeant.
Yeah.
Did he have a family, Spike?
He had a wife.
He had a wife.
I don't remember him ever having kids.
The wife he had when he died was not the wife that we all knew out.
Oh.
Colorado.
Okay.
But he died pretty young. Did he have a medical
heart attack, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a heart attack. They said his aorta just pulled away from his heart.
Oh, wow, really? Wow.
He had been the week before that. He had been Joan was his wife then. She had a daughter that lived in West Palm Beach, and they came down to visit with her. And at the time, I had my mother living with me, And it wound up that Keith and Joan spent more time with me and my mother than they did with her daughter. And they left from my place on Wednesday afternoon. They had a plane to catch Thursday that took them back up. And Monday, Joan called me and told me he was gone.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, because that was only like a month before, a couple of months before we were going to do the reunion.
Yeah,
Because Keith was gonna do the reunion
he had finished all the music.
Right.
And was looking forward to being up there. I mean, that was all we talked about. And
Wow.
he gave me a score of Warlord, and we messed around with that and played around with that a bit. And I wasn't even thinking anything about this. And Keith said, "Here, let me have that thing. Let me sign that for you." And
wow.
he put an inscription and
That's very interesting.
No, that's
and I
great.
thought, that'd be like that'd be like Foster signing something for you. What the hell are you doing signing this thing for me?
Oh,
Okay, we're even. That's the old
Okay.
tit for tat, right?
Okay.
Bada boom.
That's a tough game we play here.
Yeah.
hey, this is one that I found online. Looks like Jack Mouse has he's got a video and a method book that he's put out, looks like.
Yeah.
So, and again, Ray, I think they're doing a concert, Jack and his wife,
Yeah.
in your neighborhood in October. Are you going to go?
No, that's clear across. That's over. It's halfway between Wichita and Kansas City.
Okay.
It's in Emporia. There's a four-year college there.
All
Yeah,
right.
he had contacted me about places. He was planning to come down and tour down this direction, and I said, well, yeah, Emporia would be a natural because you're between the two metro areas.
Yeah, I wish you could get him to join us sometime. If you talk to him again for any reason, just tell him we said hi.
Yeah, sure will.
Here's an update that Jeff put out. I guess that's his new member of his family. I don't know, but
I don't remember Jeff having a black nose.
But the ears are right.
He was a good guy. Jeff's a good guy. Good guy.
Oh,
He is.
Oh, yeah. Always has.
He's
been.
learning to play trombone, by the way. He's contacted me and he wanted to pick up trombone. So I recommended brand and what price he should pay and that.
John Dallin.
Oh, here's something.
No, there's the man that invented backsticking.
Backsticking, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a video connected to this right here. I don't know if it'll work, but this interview, let's see if it's going to work, is really interesting. Yeah.
John taught our drum line to junior corps, Vasella.
Misconception of meditation is that if you meditate in your mind.
That's not him.
There we go.
It's 12 minutes. I don't know if you guys want to watch it, but.
Well, I've seen this one before.
Larry was my drum instructor in the Cavaliers.
Yeah, he was a big
good guy.
Big influence. Yeah. He came out with his own line of sticks and heads.
Filkins, flowers, the whole Air Force kind of thing.
It reminds me of a group of guys named Ray Luty, Bob Morvac, John Bodner, and Jimmy. Oh,
Donnelly.
Yep. Yeah.
Jimmy Donnelly. Yeah.
I mean, those Jimmy Donnelly, and you talk about backsticking and precision. I mean, those guys were great.
That was a hell of a quartet, let me tell you.
And I was fortunate enough to be part of that. So part of that organization. So, because Morvac was one of the leads of that whole thing. So. Not that I'm giving you a big head, Bob, but you deserve a big head.
Thank you. It matches my stomach.
I've moved my chest
It's
to my
really kind of
floor.
interesting, but John,
They started
John
doing
Flowers,
backsticking like that in the early 60s.
I sure would like to hear this.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Yeah, there's the interview. You know what, guys? I'll send this out in recording along with the recording. Okay.
Yeah, send the link, John.
Yeah, I'll send that out to you guys. You can take a look at it. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So let me get back on track here. Okay, so anyway, I'll Tom, remind me about that. Will you? I don't have a, if you can, I don't have a place to write down, but you guys would enjoy it. It's a good interview.
for those that care why John Flowers was in the quartet,
Liddy and
he's
Mike.
played the Lancers.
Oh, really? There's a picture that I think, Mike, did you
Smitty
just
sent
send that
that to
out,
me.
Rugiano?
Yeah, Smitty sent that to me.
Oh, Smitty sent it to you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mike, you're looking at Smitty saying, hey, don't say nothing stupid.
I'd rather be with the Admiral.
One of the mob. Look at him. Jesus Christ.
He was
Pretty
so
good
young and
drummer for a
impressionable.
cook.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
there we
and
go.
here's the reminder about those video that Embry sent out. These guys.
You guys, have you seen the secret with the lighted drums?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the drums lighted up. Oh, it's cool.
Oh, yeah.
Really cool.
Well, they do everything when, fight with the flag guys. They do all sorts of weird things. But when they got together with the Royal Marine Band and they started playing together, that
And
was
don't they all
fantastic.
have day jobs? I mean, they're all working guys, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'd heard.
Wow.
The
There's
top
attorneys
secret is
and
the
there's,
Royal
all
Marine
sorts
Band
of
is
stuff.
full time.
Yep.
What's that,
All
Paul?
right, so guys, we've been at this for a while, but it's been fun as always. So this is being recorded and I'll try and get it sent out again. Let's see, as a reminder, Paul has indicated at some point, you'll let me know when you could present to us, Paul Olivier. And then Paul Mayer has said he could kind of try and get on the back burner and move it up to the front burner sometime in the future to be our presenter of his, and anybody else, any of you guys that would just like take a little bit of time and share your life story. I talked to Bob Morvek about it, but he about wrote me out of his will. He said, no way.
And
Hey,
I did.
I'd like to, if I could for a minute, Ben, I got a story for you. I was talking to the daughter of one of my friends recently, and
Okay.
we got to talking about movies, and this girl's what, 18, 19 years old, something like that. And she told me her favorite movie was, you wrote the music for was it The Longest Ride?
I wrote a song that was in the movie. Yeah.
Oh, well, no, I told her you wrote the music and I knew you, and she was impressed.
Well,
Wow.
thank you, Spike. I appreciate that.
Credit, not.
No, I wrote one song in the movie. I think there were I don't know, 5 or 7 songs in the movie, and I was just fortunate enough to get one of mine in it.
Yeah, well,
It
good
was-
for
it was-
you.
It was good.
Good
It
for
was
you.
good. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Hey, I used to tell the girls I was in the Baja Marimba band. Hey,
Probably were.
they didn't know.
I know that I know Doug Lint joined in late here, but I was going to type this, but Doug, I'll just tell you earlier, Paul Olivier is going to give a presentation next time about his experience on the DC-10, and an experience it was. And you're very blessed, Paul. You're a good man, and we're all glad that you're here. Anyhow, Doug or Paul's going to give a presentation hopefully next time about that experience on that flight. So you want to make sure put that on your calendar.
Cool.
Yeah, we need to sell these events, guys.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well,
It's
what's
all
our
about
percentage?
marketing.
What's our percentage, John?
But we'll
It
talk
is-
offline, Ray.
It is interesting, the vast talent that we have, or we had in the Corps.
Yeah.
They're still
Just
talented.
tremendous people,
So if I could, John Crowder, I've got a,
except for Johnny Dye. Other than that, it's just,
Well, can't be perfect.
yeah, it can't be perfect.
Maybe Ben
So,
can write us a theme song.
John Crowder.
Yeah.
I do have a suggestion.
Yeah.
If Paul Olivier is game, rather than trying to do it in September, on a short-term notice here with the holiday and whatnot in between.
Yeah.
Maybe we and Paul Olivier speak up. Maybe we defer that major presentation until perhaps October. Do another regular meeting so we can notify more people in between times. I don't know. What do you think, Paul Olivier?
That would be fine with me. That way I can get some things out to John and we can put something together so that there's some good visuals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good idea.
You said you have your video that's on a CD or DVD disc.
It's on a CD and it lasts about 7 minutes.
Yeah.
And
Paul, is there a YouTube video of that we can download?
I haven't seen one, unfortunately. And but it was part of Nightline, and there was an ABC News crew that followed me around Sioux City for a day. And
what year would it have been Nightline? Maybe you can find it online.
that would have been 1990, the year after the crash.
For the crash. Okay. I'll look
So
for it.
Roy Perez is going to suggest something.
Well, I was going to say, if you have anybody who's knowledgeable, if they can put that CD into a computer and like
upload
copy the file and send it to John or me. I think I can convert it into a file that you can be shown on the presentation that you're going to do, and probably upload it for you up to a YouTube. It should be forever. You know, like we say, we put something on YouTube and we're gone, it's still there.
If it's a real big file, we can, I could help you, but we can upload it to Google Drive.
Into a Google Drive.
And it's in the cloud and it's not restricted by the size of emailing it or whatever.
Yeah, email wouldn't work on it.
Yeah.
But,
Well, the reason I went back to Roy is Roy Paris is that he's done a ton of this stuff, and he's a really great resource. And I would suggest make use of
absolutely.
him since he's visiting. So
Yeah.
and he's here. He's one of us basically.
Roy's a good guy.
Hey, Tom, can I follow up a little bit on that? I know you sent out a lot of information about the museum in Upper Darby, Pennsylvania, the Archer Epler Musketeers. And actually, I can remember competing against the Musketeers, but and I know Bob Morvac probably remembers that as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But Tom, thank you for sending your home address and your post office box and all that, because I would like to dig through all my stuff for hurricane stuff, Royal Lancer stuff, Academy stuff, and get it all to that museum. But I was wondering if anybody has tried to upload all the photos that all of us have or the various recordings, because considering we had single valve rotor horns, we played some good shit, excuse my French, but
Balls to the wall. Roy has done a lot of that. I mean,
Roy's got all the recordings, and I know I've got a bunch, and Dick Anderson sent me a bunch of stuff that he had, and I mean, we've got a bunch of it, but I don't want to inundate them with this, multiple copies of the same thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Al?
what I was
Tom.
wondering if maybe there's somebody that wants to, and Tom, I know you've said that you would sort of coordinate the donations to that museum. Do you want us to send stuff to you? Do you not want to be inundated with all that kind of stuff? Or, you know, what's the best way we can go about getting the correct information about how good that drum corps was? And I know, and I apologize to Gary and Dick, because you guys were a little ahead of the rest of the crew that's pretty much on this call. And Bob Zarfos, obviously you were way ahead of the rest of us. But we've got a lot of information. We've got a lot of pictures. We've got a lot of stuff, even though those colored pictures with all the flags in the back, they don't have the real color of the uniforms, but you know, there's a lot of information, but I don't see if 50 of us send stuff to the museum and they get all of the same stuff, are they going to throw it all away?
Let's do this at the outset. Roy Paris, you back me up one way or another here. I would say go ahead and instead of sending it direct to Roy, if it's going to be digital stuff, if you send it to me, I'll try and sift through. Roy Paris is the very best. He's got life too, though. He's the very best at all the recordings and whatnot. He's got that.
Well, I know I sent all my recordings, reel to reel, cassettes, everything to Roy years ago, and he sent all of them back to me and on CDs and all that, which I listen to quite often. But all of us have different versions.
What I would do is if I would try and coordinate with Roy on the stuff that you know that he can do the most work with, if he's willing. Let me rephrase that. He's got a life also.
Well, I work with the museum quite a bit. I'm sort of the representative of the left coast, west coast, west coast. And you guys are sort of all thrown in there, I guess, west of the Mississippi.
Well, except that Bill thinks I'm a West Coast guy also because I came from Washington State.
You know, in all due respect to Keith Markey's page, or you guys, I've uploaded a lot of the Air Force into it that maybe didn't have Keith into it, but a year after, before. But I think it's sort of cool. But it might be to the point where I suggest you create a United States Air Force Academy Facebook and put the year, you know, so they won't confuse it with the modern. And if you could, we could upload same recording that's on Keith, photos, recordings, and if you have a picture of your mementos and badges and awards, all that can practically go there. At least it's saved visually. Now, physically, when it goes to the museum, well, there's no physical museum to show everything at the moment. Bill he inventories it. He's got some people helping him taking pictures. Goes back into a box. You know, there's no place. So I always tell him I have a lot, but I don't want to have it where it's boxed and just goes to him, and then it takes 8 years to get it out into a museum. And in a museum, you can't have one thing. You got to rotate like the stock, one Air Force and civilian, senior corps. That's going to be a while. It's going to be a while until it gets to that point. And like I've been having people in the Commodore send them stuff, and like I say, none of us on the West Coast can see it, but hopefully it's saved, and I asked him the other day, well, how old are you? Because, we're up in that magic age, and it's a great goal. But
what's magic about it?
Yeah. But he's coming up
waking up every morning.
Yeah. Hopefully all this stuff goes out, but I suggest that amongst us, and I can help you create a Facebook page dedicated to the Colorado Springs Air Force Academy Corps. I bet you in 2-3 days, you probably have 4,000 people seeking membership. Because
Now,
right
would
now,
you
sort
create a, Roy, would you create a private group or an open Facebook page?
well, I would call it a private group only because you get a lot of weirdos that are signing up from all over the world, and then they just jam you with spam and stuff. So you gotta verify that they're legit. And I'm on like 10 group pages, and I must spend an hour a day approving people to join the groups and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, you usually beat me to approving folks to the Marquee page also. Actually, Roy, you and I had talked about doing this with the Academy Corps.
Yeah.
Actually, about a year or so ago, I think. It's been a while. And I think that's the right thing to do, actually.
Yeah, because when we can feature each one of your guys' stories and stuff, and not take over out of respect Keith Markey's page, because that's his memorial. It's like I run the Jim Mott memorial page. My best friend and best buddy, everything. We grew up together, and I get people started putting stuff in there that don't have nothing to do with Jim Mott. I write in there, if it ain't his name on something, I'd delete it. And I'm a hard ass on that. Boom, it's out. So I watch it. But I think you guys should have your own page, and we can have videos that like with Paul's experience and the stories that you guys are saying. You guys are amazing, you know, and I'm blessed that you guys let me hear this stuff. But if it's on Facebook, it's going to be there forever.
Well, you know, Roy, let me pay you a compliment back. If you hadn't done what you did, we probably wouldn't be sitting here right now. So that's my view.
Well, see, it grows.
You're right, Tom.
It's and you know, when Roy and I first got together and talked, it was like, wait a minute, you were at that same pool party at the Holiday Inn, and you know, and we're all heading off to the Taco Bell to bring food back to the pool. Holy crap! Anyway, so but I digress. So I would have John Crowder. I think we should do that, and I'm happy to work on it. And
hey, Tom, it's Al. But if you, Roy, and I want to try to coordinate some of these things and figure out what we have, I'm more than willing to start creating some spreadsheets or whatever we need to track what we have before we decide what to put out there.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah,
so I can help.
I think it's a good idea to centralize our group, because all of the stuff that I showed you guys from social media, it's all coming from either private pages that I follow these guys or whatever. And so if we could bring it all into one, all you have to do is go to one Facebook group to see, this thread of communications or whatever.
Well, and it needs to be the DC Corps as well as the Academy Corps.
Oh, well, okay. Well, I'll need a lot of help on that one, because
well, Bob Zarfos can help us.
All
the pictures he's already sent out there, and I've got recordings from '62 or even earlier of the DC Corps, as well as all those ones that we did, Roy, with the Academy Corps, a lot of the Jim Ott recordings and all that stuff too. I mean, I've got all those. So,
hey, there's a Facebook page. I think it's called Drum Corps in the 60s and 70s or something like that. And
they get that all the time.
Yeah,
there's a
Bill some stuff on there.
Bill Smith put a Air Force band
thing.
Yeah, he's got a Facebook page for the Air Force band.
I'm gonna lobby really hard here that we focus this on us and our, if you will, Bob Zarfos, our forefathers, or in this business. This is about the United States Air Force Academy Drum Bugle Corps, and the reason the Air Force Academy Drum Bugle Corps is there is because of the Air Force Drum Bugle Corps when they shut down and then moved that operation to Colorado. So that's to me, that's where the focus has to be. And I don't think, as I look around, we don't want to be on Drum Corps Planet. We don't want to be on the Drum Corps of the 60s and 70s. this is us. And
So
that's
could
my
we,
worldview
could
on
we
it too.
spend a
Well,
half an hour?
I
just
mean, you're
talking
covering
about
3 or 4
Facebook?
decades.
Yeah, could we talk about Facebook sometime? I've been loath to do anything with Facebook because, you know,
They're
I'm just
commies.
all
They're
the
commies.
strange things that seem to work their way into that. But I kind of agree with Roy that if we're going to do anything about the DC Corps, we have to kind of record it and save it somehow in perpetuity, and that might be the way. But I want to do it in a way that's also secure so that the whole thing doesn't, you know, get bananas 20 or 30 years from now when we're all gone.
Well, part of that is like right now, I think, and I know, Bob, I know you're not on Facebook, but like you have the Air Force Drum Corps and Pipe Band page. Well, it's been so long since it's like been
That's a
updated.
bastardized version, Tom, and I don't know where that came from. We had a guy who was doing that, and then John Dallin was doing it, and John passed away, and then somebody else did it, and he absented himself. So I wasn't even aware that there was anything out there, but you know. But I've got a plethora of information, a lot of which I've shared with the librarian and historian from the Air Force Band, by the way.
Yes, and he's a remarkable resource.
Yeah.
Well,
he indeed is.
Well, let's coordinate.
Let's wrap this up with Tom and Roy and Al. You guys take the lead on this. If you need help, I can help. You know, with doing some of the Facebook or whatever, I do that for businesses, so I can help on that. But let's maybe you guys put something together, an idea, and maybe you come back and present the next meeting, or you can say, here's what we propose. However you guys feel. We'll just set some time aside on the agenda for either you guys to say.
Give us a couple of months, John.
Huh?
Actually, I think we can do it fairly quickly, Al. What do you think, Roy?
Well, it goes pretty quick because it's not like that you have to put all the information in one night.
No.
We can start with.
We just got to figure out what we have to start with.
The first thing is the name of what's going to attract. You guys can't say you represent the United States Air Force right now. So you got a United States Air Force Academy Drum Bugle Corps history or scrapbook. That's something to it. That's something to it that a scrapbook. Oh, I want to see that scrapbook.
Or memories or something.
Something, you know.
Put a hook.
If you have your own United States Air Force Academy band, I don't know what the technicality that would be with the official U.S. Band or U.S. Air Force band. So, but you add something to the end, like scrapbook. Memories are great. Memories is great.
Alumni organization or something.
Yeah.
Well,
memorabilia.
Well, first of all, you guys got to decide: is it only open to your alumni, or are you going to tell your story to the whole world?
No, not the whole world, because they'll corrupt it.
They'll screw it up.
No, they can't screw. That's come. We'll have like 4 or 5 administrators, and we
gotta do that.
and then when someone, and we can have like each post approved by us before it even goes on, and we can decline it or kick it off. Or if some guy starts screwing up, we just boot them out. You know, this is telling your story, and they can discuss it like I'm discussing with you. My memories of you guys. There's thousands of us out there that have great memories of you guys. Maybe they each got a story to tell, you know. And
somebody, I think Roy hit the nail on the head.
Guys, I've got to go.
Your administrators and your moderators have to do that.
Hey,
right.
Right.
Yeah, I gotta get going too.
Well, we'll work it out, but the moderators, administrators of it have control. It's a great thing, and I can see you guys being heroes to a lot of people out there that you guys want to know what happened to you guys, you know, and you guys have shared your stories with me, and I think it's time to share it with other young guys that you played for in the stands. And
it doesn't take 30 days or anything to build it.
I can build it in 10 minutes right now, just to start it.
Yeah, and
Just
we can
get
get started.
started.
So why don't Roy, you and Tom and Al come up with the branding that you want to use, and then we can go from there and show guys, we can do a show and tell and say, this is how you upload video or photos or whatever you want to do.
You know, I
You
tell
know,
you,
actually,
I
John,
tell-
you got the,
I'll tell you something weird that you might come up against. I don't remember the circumstances of how this really happened before, but I was doing something after Scranton, you know, Bill Smith had a bunch of us out at the academy. And somehow, somewhere, I was writing something to somebody about the United States Air Force Academy Drum and Bugle Corps. And I was attacked by the watchdog group from the NCAA. And they told me I just couldn't say that. I just forewarn you, that could come up. That was
They had a hell of a drum line though. Yeah.
the NCAA.
Oh yeah.
They're tough. They are tough.
so Roy,
They are.
Roy and Al, so why don't we touch base in the next day or so with a couple of ideas? And you're right, Roy, it doesn't take long to set it up.
Yeah, we just have to
Let's
figure
go.
out what we're gonna put out
It
there.
just starts building, started, it just, the gates open and what you
Yeah.
guys got.
All right, Tom, Roy, I'm gonna send out an email tomorrow. Bob Zarfus, I'll include you in this if
Good
you
call, good call.
are willing.
Yeah,
And what I'll do is
Yeah.
just come up with an idea of what our game plan should be, and then we'll coordinate on that.
Perfect. Good call, Al.
Okay.
All right, guys.
And
Well, it's
then
been-
if I may, John Crowder, since it sounds like you just moved, you have to send your email address, mailing address, home address, phone number, all that stuff, so we can all come and visit with you.
Oh, yeah.
Totally unexpected, and we're just gonna show up at your front door.
And I promise not to drink wine.
I've
And
got
then one other thing that I would like to ask is Paul Mayer, if he's still out there. Paul, can you send me information about Tommy Gabinelli?
Yeah, I'll give that to you right now. You and Bob Morback. His
Okay,
phone
good.
number, let me give you his phone number real quick. 203-231-2682.
What's the matter with him?
Yeah, unfortunately, he has inoperable liver cancer.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
He's
He's a
a
good friend that
great
we
guy.
play with.
Paul sent me an email this morning because we were talking about the possible damage and everything from Henri when he hit, the storm hit and everything. And I was just checking up on everybody in Connecticut, and Paul told me Tommy was having some problems. So I had asked for that phone number so I can call Tommy. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, or whether that's going to be more of a shock to him.
I'm
You
talking
know
with
what-
him
you know what,
tomorrow.
Paul?
Let me talk with him tomorrow, and then I'll let you know, okay?
Okay,
Please,
thanks, Paul.
please, Paul.
Hey, guys, for the next meeting, I'm looking at maybe September, Wednesday, 29th. You want to do that, or you want to do the 22nd?
Most of us retired. I don't think it makes a big difference.
I don't know, you might be traveling, to the Outer Banks or something. I don't know, Mike.
Not me. I mean, I'm happy to see Spike. We're like one of the few Floridians that haven't died from COVID in Florida.
Well, Spike is a doctor, we learned tonight, so we're good.
Yeah, he's got medical help.
29th
What do you guys
is good.
say, 29th or 22nd? What's the vote?
29.
29th.
29th, it's the last kind of, okay. So that's what Tom and I will send out the reminders, and then I'll send out a email with the recording and some of the links we talked about, and we'll get that out to you, okay?
Cool. Cool.
And I'll see if I can't update some stuff and do what I should do.
All right, well, everybody stay safe.
All right,
Stay
guys.
healthy. And, hey, it's college football's kicking off, so hey, it's good stuff.
Yay. Go Dogs.
Miami, Alabama.
All right, guys, we'll see ya.
Hey,
See you
John
guys.
Goose,
See you next
send me
time.
your email address.
All right, good night, guys. I
night.
really
Good
night,
do.
everybody. Good night, guys.
Hey,
Lot
Bob,
of-
take care of
Night.
yourself. Say hi to Pat.
I will.
All right,
I love your
night.
wife too.
You
Night,
guys all be good, be safe, and stay
Hey,
healthy.
Al, I just want to let you know, I was rummaging through some stuff the other day, and I came across some not VHS, but the Super 8 movies. My mother took of the Royal Lancers.
You're kidding.
No, and I remember them. It was really cool. It's just getting them from that onto a DVD is not going to be easy. So I don't know exactly how I could do that.
Send them to Costco
Well, maybe
or wherever.
You'd love it, Al.
We're talking like 61, 62, 63, you know.
It even has the world open.
63, 64 world open.
Yeah, 64 world
Morvac,
open.
yeah, Bob Morvac, Google it, because you'll find somebody that you could send it to and they can.
Yeah, I will start looking to do that.
Oh, Bob, I'd love to see those.
Yeah, I know you would.
All right, guys.
I thought you right away. I said, geez, Al would love this.
Hey, Bob,
Oh, God,
Zirkos,
yeah.
good seeing you. Thank you for
Good
your
night, guys.
participation.
Thank you, John, for inviting me and Tom. I love
Oh, you bet. Always
appreciate it.
welcome. Bob
Appreciate it.
Hey, Roy,
Zarkov.
you a gambler back there? What's all those the slot machines back there?
Well, I always lose money when I go up to Lake Tahoe, and they don't even give you money. They give you a piece of paper. They give you a piece of paper. Oh, you won $1.
Yeah,
So I got all these
yeah.
papers. I got all these papers. I got this is real money right here.
I
So
love
it's
that. I love
it's
hearing- I
Casino
love getting it all
Royale.
out. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
this is my
I wanna
grandkids.
have dinner
My-
and gamble at your house, Roy.
Yeah, my grandkids.
I
They
think
hit
Roy-
the jackpot. They win $100. You know.
Roy, you've got a private casino, looks like, Roy.
Yeah, yeah. I had the police come here one day. They had to do a report, and they looked around, and my wife was all worried. Oh, they're going to see your machines, and then the first thing the police officer says, I got a quarter. Can I put it in?
The house
Yeah, he was
always-
okay. He says, yeah, they're all right. I'm not. Okay, thank you guys.
Bye,
Bye,
Good
guys.
night.
See you all later.
Roy, you take care of
Hey.
yourself.
Take care of yourselves.
Call
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Bless you, buddy.
Don't die. Tell Cindy hi. Bob. tell
Certainly
Phil
will.
hi.
Tell
I
Judy
will.
hi.
Take Judy high.
Will. Bob
Bob.
Zarkov, say bye-bye.
Good night, all.
Good night.
Good night.
Night, guys.
Good night, Bob.
Good
Bye-bye.
night. Good night, John Boy.
Bye-bye.
Everybody. Good seeing everybody.
All right. Night, guys.
Bye.